How are you all doing tonight? My name is Bigbobbedboi and welcome to a Hunter's Guide to PreRaid BIS in the Burning Crusade. So PreRaid BIS is a lot different than other BIS lists. The main goal of PreRaid BIS is to get you raid ready. And you'll definitely end up in raids before you'd ever complete a PreRaid BIS list. With Burning Crusade, we also get more freedom over our gear thanks to gems. Means we don't need to hit a specific hit rating because we can compensate with gems. So with all that being said, most slots you don't need to focus on a single piece of gear. There will be a few that will work. Although there's a few where that's not the case, so let's look at those first. Our dungeon set, the amazing, wonderful Master Race specific Beast Lord set. You want this set. You need this set, and we are going to wear it for a long time. Probably 4-piece tier 5 is when we will replace it. What makes it so good are the set bonuses. The 2 set bonus isn't even that bad, but the 4 set is where it's at. Each time you use your kill command ability, your attacks ignore 600 of your victim's armor for 15 seconds. That gives you almost a permanent 600 RPen. When like no other gear has RPen. You may remember RPen gear in BC, but that wasn't much of a thing until Sunwell. And even then, 600 RPen from 4 pieces of gear is pretty intense. RPen is extremely good in BC, because while boss armor went up compared to vanilla, we didn't gain much more armor reduction until RPen gear. Badge of the Swarm Guard may even be better in BC than it was in vanilla, but couldn't find any info where people tried that out back in the day. So where do we get these pieces? The helm is from Pathelion, the calculator. He's the last boss in the Mechanar. The shoulders are from Warlord Calathresh, the last boss of Steam Vaults. The chest is from Warp Splinter, the last boss of the Botanica. The gloves are from Kargath Bladefist, the final boss of the Shattered Halls. And finally the pants. The pants drop down on Warlord Calathresh. Yeah, that's right, the shoulders and pants drop from the same boss in Steam Vaults. We're going to be doing a lot of Steam Vaults. Now, you're probably thinking, Beast Lord is dope shit. I get it. But why would I get 5 pieces when the set bonus is 4 pieces? It's a very good question. I can tell you're very smart. Nice. Well, a lot of people will say skip the pants or skip the helm because there are other good pieces for those slots that are pretty easy to get. That is dumb. Don't do that. Get the entire set. Here's why. You don't know what pieces of gear you're going to get in the future. You're going to be rating tier 4 very quickly in TBC, and there are multiple good male pieces that could replace one of your Beast Lord pieces. Depending on if they drop goggles in the first phase, a lot of us hunters are engineers, and we could use the goggles over Beast Lord. There's also leatherworking. If you're a leatherworker, you may want the Ebon Scale chest, since you'll probably have the other 2 pieces of that set, and it's a good chest. And finally, gloves. Yeah, so multi-shot isn't what it used to be, but it's still very strong on cleave fights. I obviously can't go test this right now, but I'm pretty sure these gloves will beat nearly any other piece of gear if it's a cleave fight, or probably even on trash pools. So I would have these on hand, to swap on for cleave fights. A flat 5% damage from multi-shot is pretty damn strong. And, well, these are just really easy to get. You can get the current season arena gloves with no rating requirement, so there is no excuse for not having them. Alright, so that covers our fabulous Beast Lord set. Let's move on to individual slots from here. Necklace. There are a lot of good necklaces. Yeah, it's going to be pretty easy to pick up a decent enough necklace, so here are a few standout ones. Jagged Bark Pendant. No hit or crit, but a lot of AP and agility, which is very important if you're going to be your raid survival hunter. It also drops from Warp Splinter and Botanica, who will already be killing for our Beast Lord. Talon Lord's Collar. This is from a really easy quest, just as you clear Sethek Halls, which you'll be doing anyway, at least once for the key. Choker of Vile Intent. Now this is going to be the best one, but it will cost you a few badges. You'll probably get this one after you actually start raiding Kara. Bracers. We got a few options here. If you're a leatherworker, you can go for Ebon Netherscale. They're not bad, but 8 Primal Fire and 8 Primal Shadow could get expensive. Bracers of the Hunt drop in Heroic Sethek Halls. I only mention these because you might end up there a lot depending on when Blizz releases Epic Flight Form. People are grinding it every day for the mount. Wouldn't be too difficult to pick these up. They are replaced in Kara though, so I wouldn't go out of your way to farm them. Although you're likely to end up with leather bracers, as the options there are a lot better. Spy Mistress's wrist guards are from a quest for Shadow Lab. I think it starts in Lower City. You'll obviously be doing Shadow Lab, so these are a good pair you are guaranteed to get. Nice. There are a couple of leather ones that drop in Heroics, like in Blood Furnace. Those are also fine if you happen to find yourself in those dungeons for some reason. Belt. Pretty nice selection of belts in TBC. If you're a leatherworker, once again, Ebon Netherscale set has a belt, and it is pretty nice. But yeah, the cost is going to be pretty high on this. 12 Primal Fire and 12 Primal Shadow. Shit! Blessed Scale Girdle is a nice option. It's another rep item. This one is revered from the Shatar. You're going to be doing Botanica and Mechanar a lot, so you'll probably get the rep for this. Talari Hunting Girdle. Drops from Grand Warlock Nethercurse and Shattered Halls. You'll be running a lot of Shattered Halls, like a lot. So you'll probably get this without any issue. And even if you don't, there's a nice quest belt. Shatrath Champion's Belt. This is from the quest to get the Arcatraz key. You'll likely do that working on Kara attunement, so another item you are guaranteed to get. Boots. Sky Hunter Swift Boots. Not a bad pair of boots, and they drop from Dark Weaver Sith in Sethek Halls. Outland Striders. These drop in Arcatraz, so you might not get them. There's not a lot of other items we'll go into Arcatraz for, but these boots are good if you end up there. Bell Leather Boots. These are BOE and a good option if the price isn't too high. They're made by Leatherworking. That set bonus you do need to be a leatherworker for, but not the actual boots. And Boots of the Endless Hunt. These are from Heroic Botanica. We're going to be doing a bit of Botanica anyway, so if you're capable of doing it on Heroic, you might be able to grab these. They are pretty nice and a direct upgrade over Sky Hunter. Cape. Like necklaces, there are a lot of good capes out there. Vengeance Wrap. This is a really good one, and it's actually a BOE epic made by Tailoring. It will be quite expensive at first. It takes Shadow Cloth and 14 Primal Airs. But I remember in BC it actually dropped in price fairly quickly, at least on my server. I got one on my warrior around week 4. Classic economy will obviously be different, but if you don't have a better raid cape by the time the price comes down, it's probably worth it. Blood Knight War Cloak. So this one is actually another badge item, but it is a really good option. And Cloak of Malice. There are a few decent blue capes, but Cloak of Malice is one of the best for us and also really easy for us to get. Drops from Grand Warlock Nethercurse and Shattered Halls, and we've already seen we'll be doing a few runs at that place, so we'll have no trouble getting this at all. Rings. So there are even more good rings than there are necklaces and capes. You're not going to have any issue finding 2 good rings, so here are a few standouts. Light Warden's Band. Alright, this is a nice ring with agility. From Aldor Revered, which you won't have much trouble getting, and it's nice to have a ring that's not a drop. Ravenclaw Band, another nice one with agility and hit. Drops from Talon King Ickis and Sethek Halls. Like the Talon Lord's Collar, you'll be in Sethek at least once, so you've got a decent chance of picking it up. Ring of Umbral Doom. No agility on this one, but it's still a good ring and drops from Thorngrin the Tender. I guess he's very tender. And Botanica. who you'll definitely kill working for that Beast Lord. And I have to mention True Strike Ring. This is a really nice BOE world drop ring. Probably would be really expensive, but if you've got the cash. Also, I'm pretty sure this was one of the epics that had its stats changed in 2.1. So if it launches with the 2.0 stats, probably want to skip it. If it's got the 2.1 stats, well, it's a really nice ring. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on rings, but you'll find them easy enough just working on your Beast Lord set. There are even some decent ones that come from quests, and that's kind of the case with a lot of these items. You will get some okay ones from quests while leveling up as well. And trinkets. Abacus of Violent Odds. Drops from Pathaleon, the Calculator, and the Mechnar. Again, we'll definitely be going there. Now, this is not our top trinket, but it's not a terrible one most of the time. The shot speed we want in TBC changes compared to Classic, but we don't always want to go as fast as possible. It's kind of a whole thing. People don't necessarily agree, but this has a small chance to put your shot speed too fast, and there could be issues with macros, so this one's kind of up in the air. Hourglass of the Unraveler. Yeah, this one though is really, really nice. Drops from Temporus in the Black Moor Ass. It's a very good trinket, but there's not a lot of stuff we need out of that Black Moor Ass. I guess you'll need to run it for rep anyway though. Obviously there's going to be lots of competition for this, so try to go with a caster group. And Bloodlust Brooch. You can buy in Shat from Geras. Yeah, this is the money trinket. It's not a drop, so there's that, but it does cost quite a few badges. It will probably be the first thing you spend your badges on, honestly. I also want to mention Icon of Unyielding Courage from Caladan and Blood Furnace Heroic. 600 RPen doesn't seem like a lot when we are already getting 600 RPen from our Beast Lord, but it could still be a big boost as long as we aren't dropping the mob's armor to 0. What's weird though is Swarm Guard lasts 10 seconds longer and can go up to 1200 RPen. I guess that hit is weighted really heavily. I don't know, it might be terrible, but it's something I'd at least like to test out. Quivers and ammo pouches. So no change really. There are new quivers from the Maghar or Kurenai, and the Consortium has a new ammo pouch. Both require honored rep, but same speed. They have the same 15% speed as the AAV ones. The only difference is the new ones are now 18 slot. Weapons. Alright, when it comes to weapons, we still have that classic question. Two-hander or two one-handers? Well, when it comes to two-handers, it's pretty easy. Sonic Spear. Sonic Spear is the shit. It looks good, it sounds good, hell, it probably tastes good. For one-handers, there's actually a lot of decent ones. And I mean a lot. The most popular is going to be Stellaris from Nethermancer, Sapethria, and the Mechnar. We already know we're going to be there a while. I'd end up getting 2 of these while we are there. If you want to trade AP for hit, Warp Splinter's Thorn is also a good option, and it's from Warp Splinter, no shit, in the Botanica. So a good chance we'll pick this up going for the other gear there. And Vindicator's brand from Aldor Exalted isn't even that bad of an option if you need to hit. It's going to give you more AP and that Warp Splinter. Not Hogspine, Bogspine Knuckles from Hungerfin and Heroic Slave Pens are also nice, mostly because they look dope as shit. So, should you go for 2 one-handers or a two-hander? For pre-raid BIS, since our goal is raid ready, just go for whichever you can get easier. We also have the classic problem with enchants. Two-handers get a 35 agility enchant, one-handers get 2 20 agility enchants. Let's just compare 2 Stellar Eyes, you like how I did that, and Sonic Spear. Stellar Eyes is 42 agility and 44 AP. Sonic Spear is 35 agility and 62 AP. Plus 24 hit. That's about 1.5% hit. Nice. Assuming you enchant everything, 2 Stellarii win by 12 agility and lose by 18 AP. In BC, we only get 1 AP for 1 agility. No 2 AP for 1 agility anymore. Now we still get crit from agility and it scales with buffs, so it is more valuable than AP, but 12 agility for 18 AP is kind of a hard sell, and that doesn't even count for the 24 hit. I'll go with Sonic Spear. Things could be a little different for survival, but I've got a specific video on survival and its intricacies with agility and BC coming up soon. Let me know if you want that video. And that just leaves the most important slot of all: guns, bows, and Expos. I'll cover each type here. So Expos, we don't have a lot. We have 1 Dungeon Expo and a Mantite Reaper that's from Caladan and Heroic Blood Furnace. Maybe grab it if that trinket ends up being good and you're there farming for that, I guess. But Expos do get better throughout the expansion at least. Bows. Marksman's Bow. Oh yeah. This is from Exalted with Thrallmar. It's a Hellfire rep. And this is the one we're going to want to aim for. It's a really good bow, and we will not replace it until Karazhan. Alliance gets the same thing, but in a gun. Now there's also Wrathtide Longbow. This drops from Heroic Steam Vaults. You might not end up doing a lot of Heroics before Kara, but Steam Vaults Heroic is a very easy one, and we need quite a few things from there. So there's a decent chance you could get this bow very early. It's even a bit better than the Thrallmar / Honor Hold weapons, maybe weapon speed, we don't know. And it looks weird as shit. But until you can get these epics, there are even decent blue ones. They're kind of spread all over the place. A lot of dungeons drop them. There are some from quests like the Cipher of Damnation quest. There are even BOE ones like Valanos's Longbow. And finally, guns. Veteran's Musket. This is the Alliance version of the Marksman's Bow. They just wanted to flex that gun spec for dwarfs, I guess. Don Santos's famous hunting rifle. This is actually a BOE. No idea what the proper rate is like, so we don't know how good it is comparatively. I don't think this will be that expensive though. There are a lot of options for pre-raid epic ranged weapons. And BOE epics weren't that rare in BC. Yeah, really. I leveled around 7 classes to 70 in BC. And I think 5 of them got epics while leveling. I even remember on my priest thinking, man, I'm almost 70, where's my BOE epic? I need that shit to pay for this epic mount. And Blade of Wizardry dropped right after that. It was like 1 mob before 70. There's also the engineering gun, Gyro Balanced Corium Destroyer, but yeah, 12 Primal Fires, 12 Primal Airs, and a Primal Nether. Probably gonna pass on that. And just to top it all off, if you needed another reason to go to the Mechnar very early, Telescopic Sharp Rifle. Pretty nice blue, drops off the last boss. Farming regular Mechnar right at 70 seems like a really nice idea. And with that, we've covered all slots, and that is pre-raid BIS in the Burning Crusade. I know for myself, I'm really going to be focusing on the Beast Lord first, and I would advise you to do the same. You'll probably have decent enough rings, necklace, trinkets from quests to get into groups and start farming that Beast Lord. It is for sure the most important thing to pick up. And places like the Mechnar and Botanica have a lot of other pieces we can fill in with as well. It also shouldn't be hard to run that Steam Vaults Heroic after getting some of the Mechnar and Botanica stuff. Then you can pick up the other 2 pieces of Beast Lord and maybe even get that Wrathtide Longbow. Damn, I am so excited for TBC. But what do you guys think? Be sure to tell me what pieces you are most looking forward to in Burning Crusade Classic. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that sub button, bell, like button, share button, all that other shit. We even have memberships on this channel now. You can check them out by clicking the join button right by the sub button. It is absolutely the best way to support the channel, and you will get some really cool emotes if you do so. I've got a lot of WoW content already on the channel and have much more coming, including streaming right here on YouTube, so be sure to stick around for that. there's any specific WoW Classic or TBC Classic content you'd like to see, be sure to let me know in them comments. But that is going to be all for this one. I really appreciate you all watching, and I will see you all for the next one.